everybody, today we're making some all-natural quinoa porridge. We're going to be adding some another grain into it, which is going to be two other grains actually. It's going to be buckwheat and a mix of flaxseed and different things of that nature, chia seeds and different things of that nature. But this is going to provide a full spectrum of minerals, nutrients, amino acids into the body, and it's going to digest nice and quickly, but also provide you with a lot of minerals and a lot of the building materials that your body needs to build up. And this is kind of one of my favorite things to consume besides a smoothie in the morning. So you got 2 cups of water boiling, and add this in here. Add a few, so I just iron it. I don't really have a, you don't really need to go hard about like the amount. And then you're just gonna let that sit until it boils. You're gonna know it's ready until when the quinoa and everything like that starts expanding a bit. You want to start putting like your seasoning like that, like your sea salt, your cinnamon, bay leaves, clove, all that things like that in there. Allspice, you know, and make sure you spin it around too so it doesn't get too hot. Get some cinnamon right here. Nutmeg. You gotta let that simmer. Put the flame kind of low when you see it getting too high. So from there, you want to use like a vegetable like squash, plantain, banana. You can use different type of things. Experiment with it. But today I'm using pumpkin. This is gonna be my first time trying it, but I know it's gonna taste good. It's gonna be like some pumpkin pie type of flavor type of thing going on. So I'm about to blend this up. After you have everything blended, you can pour it into your pot that has been simmering. And at this point, you want to check on your grains to see how they're doing. And come take a look at it. So you guys gonna see it's starting to thicken up like this. That's how you know it's good. And you want to make sure that the heat is not too high so it doesn't cook too fast in comparison with your vegetable. Then you just pour that in like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna start blending that in together and letting it become together. And at this point, since that's way the temperature is a little bit cooler than what you did, even though I used hot water, that one was boiling. So you want to bring the heat a little bit higher.
Help it blend better.
Yeah, and then it's gonna start to thicken up because now the pumpkin has to cook. Because the grains cook a bit, they cook a little slower, so you can have them in there going together. So once it starts to get like this, everything is gonna start to become more smooth after it's boiling down. I'm gonna add some vanilla in there. You add some in there. Once it starts to come to a cook and everything like that, that's when you want to start to add some of your more flavor. So I added some cinnamon in the beginning, but I'm gonna add a little bit more. Add a little bit more nutmeg. I'm gonna add some molasses. Molasses is very good and high in iron, so this is a good natural sweetener. I have a little bit of agave left. That's another one. Raw honey, and look at this. Once you see something that's like dark like this, you see the darkness. That means it's high in iron, because now look at how the color is going to change. It's going to get darker, more of that brownish reddish color. Add a little bit more in there. And that might look like a lot, but it's not because it's not like sugar. It's not as concentrated as much. So you know, and it's not going to be negative towards you because it provides minerals. You know.
See the color changing there too. What you said you added?
A little agave.
Agave?
I only that's all I got, a little bit left. That's why. Hey, come take a look at this. Come look at it. Look how it's brown now. You see how that molasses changed the color? It now has a lot more minerals in it now. It's sweeter. And we don't need to run away from sweetness. We just gotta make sure that the sweetness that we're having is from natural sources. The sugar and everything like that is not the same as the sweetness that's in natural forming foods. It's a bit different. So I'm gonna put the fire up a little bit higher, because what you want to do is you want to take the water out. So you want to take the water out, keep on stirring it so the bottom doesn't get sticky. And what that's gonna do is gonna basically evaporate the water and make it get more thicker. I'm gonna let that keep on going. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna let that keep on going, keep on stirring it, keep an eye on it for it. But this shouldn't take, this whole process takes about, I'd say maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, around that, right? But just keep an eye on it, so you don't need to like put something on it and then go somewhere and do something, because if you do that, it's probably gonna end up burning. So look how it's boiling right now. So when it's like that, you don't want to have it like that for too long, because that's when, you know, it can start to, you know, go bad. I mean, get burnt. So from there, I'm gonna lower the fire, and from there, I'm gonna just let it simmer and continue to cook. Add a little sea salt to it. This is allspice. This is pimento seeds. This brings out flavor too. I'm gonna add a few in there. Yeah, and just let that sit. Let that chill out.
Wait, is this a picture or video?
Picture, bro. What are you doing? Pumpkin spice porridge.
It definitely got darker. It's getting darker by the minute.
Thickening up. I'm sure you're getting thick. Okay, so now it kind of got to the thickness that I like it, right? So what you want to do from here is turn off the fire and let it sit for a minute so that it can finish like cooking a little bit, and then that's when it's gonna taste the best, you know. And from there, what you can do is you can, while it's simmering down, what you can do is you can add your sea moss to it, because you don't want to add it while it's boiling hot, because it's gonna kill some of the nutrients. So we're gonna add the sea moss after this sits for about 2 minutes to it, to add it to the whole batch. Blend that, put about, because it's not about to be for one person, I'm gonna put about like 8 tablespoons in there. You know what I'm saying? And then blend it in, and then you're gonna check, see how it looks after that. Tap in, make sure you get your tapped in sea moss, drmission.org. In the description, there will be a coupon code for you to get a free bottle. Make sure you read that description. So we're just letting that sit right there, and as it sits, it's gonna cool down, get a little thicker. The flavor profiles are gonna come out more. It's you know, good stuff. And while it's sitting there, I'm gonna do a little taste test. I did a taste before, but it was good money. It's pretty good. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's pretty good like that, to be honest. But I'm gonna add a little bit more molasses, and then a little bit more sea salt. And the sea salt helps to bring out the flavor profiles, as well as provide, you know, certain necessary minerals as well. So once you have the sea moss in there, you know, once the porridge is cooled down a bit, you can start to add the sea moss in there. Depending on how much you want to, how much this is. This is about, like, I'd say like about 3 batches, so I added about, you know, 8 tablespoons or so. And then as you mix it in there, it's gonna get thicker too with the sea moss in there, because the sea moss is gonna thicken it up. So as you see, it started to raise a bit too with the sea moss in there. But this is gonna provide a lot of minerals and vitamins. And this right here is a full spectrum meals, because it has so many different vitamins and minerals. It has a good flavor. You can even take some apples, cut some apples and put them on top and eat it with the apples, or cut some banana up and eat it with the banana, or eat it straight up like that. Or for when you make if you have leftovers, you can use it the next day in a smoothie. If you just add this with some water and some banana, it's gonna taste really good as a smoothie. Right? You can add some more sea moss in there too. If you like what you're seeing and you think this looks delicious, or what it looks like, I would reassure you that it's definitely gonna taste delicious. So make sure that you follow this recipe, get what you need to get, try this at home. You're gonna realize that this is way better than the turkey, bacon, egg, and cheese that you've been used to, or the pancakes or whatever. It's about changing up and making changes, right? So after it's been sitting there like that, I get my favorite part of the day, my favorite part of the cooking, which is putting it in a bowl and eating it. So now I'm gonna just serve me up some in a bowl. I found that nutmeg that dropped in there. You know, serve me up a bowl, you heard? And this is gonna be very filling too. If you guys are working out, wanting to lose weight, whatever, this is gonna be really good. Alright, what I'm gonna do with here, I'm gonna add some fruits on here. So I'm gonna add, I think I have banana and apple, so I'm gonna cut some banana and apple and throw that on top. So I'm not super fancy, so I'm gonna do it how I do it. Just chop that in there. Toss it in. This is what a glorious breakfast looks like. Alright? Alright. Make sure you tap in. Try this recipe at home. If you make it, let me know. Tag me in any videos. Send it to me. You know, I want to see. Let me know what it tastes like. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, and read the description for a free bottle. Peace.